Last time on this old outboard.
Just adjusting my roller because it wasn't anywhere near close to the cam anymore after doing the frickin' idle screw. Will it start without the fast start lever? That was fast lever. Alright, I'm hanging it up for today. Barely idling. I've got the screw in so far. Stupid too, I gotta use the fast start lever every time. Practically have to choke it every freaking time. Man, I'm gonna unbolt it and dump it in the lake. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright, baby, it's this old outboard, 1992, 60 horse, Johnstone, 3-cylinder. I haven't had a chance to even peek at this thing. See what's going on with Mr. Johnstone. So, this thing's a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. Some wires hanging out here and there. I did screw around with it that first day or the second day, trying to figure out this, you know, you got this lever here, the tilt and trim, and hook that up, make sure that worked. It sounds a little funny, but it worked. Anyway, it looks pretty good, just dirty. So compression was good, $1.20. What I'd like to do today is try and fire it up. Oh, and then here, this was the problem. This is how the guy was advertising it. Great running motor until the linkage arm broke. And you can see where they tried to solder the damn thing together, and there's all kinds of crap on it. And the way these things were made, it just had a little spot weld on it from the factory, and it broke. I ordered one. It's a little different style. Instead of being two pieces, it's like one piece with a little doohickey on it for that middle cylinder or carb. See the difference? It's still two pieces, but it's just got that little point sticking out instead of being two separate rods. So hopefully that puppy's gonna stay on now. Some prick just ripped me off, stole my coils and shit. He was going after my battery when I got down here. Anyway, we just caught somebody. They stole my coils off the boat. He was going after my battery. And we ran over to the ramp, and the kids over there fishing said we just missed the guy. He had all set up, somebody waiting for him. You know, he was the only guy in the boat. And I come up here, I go, what the hell are you doing? And he, oh, I was stuck in the grass. And he pulls out of here, sideswipes my frickin' boat. And I think he hit more of the motor, but stole my new coils and shit. And I'm pretty sure when I got here, he was leaning over this corner. He was going after this battery. Not backing, or I'm not pulling in straight no more. I back this thing in. I never did like parking like this. Anyway, Oh man, wires all screwed up, ripped out. Man, I mean brand new frickin' coils. OMCs. That's gonna hurt. Alright. Absolutely planned. Planned to the T. There's no way. Just random, you know. Guy knew where he was going, knew what he was doing. And his buddies were waiting for him at the ramp in the getaway car. So yeah, what happened was I'm sitting at home and I get a phone call from Captain Mark. And he goes, Jimmy just called me and said somebody's stealing crap off your boat. So I head on down. Mark said, I'm coming too. And he jumped in his side by side. There goes Jimmy. He caught that big tilapia that day when I was dock fishing. Dock fishing, armed and dangerous. Check out that video. But see, I get about right here, I see somebody leave. I go like, what the fuck are you doing? Scared the shit out of the guy. And, oh, I got stuck in the weeds. And he sounded like he was drunk. So he pushes off the back of my boat. By this time I was in the boat. And I'm standing there looking at my stuff. And I'm like, everything looked fine, like nothing had been touched. And he pushed himself out and he started up and he went by and sideswiped my motor, and I thought he was gonna hit this piling over here, but he just grazed that. And like I said, by that time Mark had shown up and the lights were shining. I got a, real good look at him right here. So he takes off and puts, I mean, his boat was barely running. Puts out there in the darkness. So like I said, I'm standing there looking at everything. I said, I don't see nothing. And then I go, oh, my latch is open. Pull the hood off. All my crap gone. So everything happened so fast. So by that time, Mark says, let's go over, let's catch him at the ramp. Because there's no way one guy could load a boat that fast. So all three of us jump in the side by side and haul ass down Lee Road over here, down on the sidewalk, go in the park and over to the ramp over there. And these guys were fishing, and Mark says, hey, did you see anybody pulling a boat out here? And he said, yeah, you just missed him. He left in a big hurry. So they gave us a description of the truck and said the guy was dragging something. Anyway, he had two of his buddies sitting there waiting for him to come back in the getaway truck. Had the trailer all loaded up and everything. So that's pretty much how the story goes. There's a little bit more to it, but I'm not going to reveal anything yet. Well, that looks better. Damn birds have been crapping all over this thing. Unbelievable. I've got to get this floor done before it freaking rots out on me. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. I got bolts and washers down there, and they all slipped down in here when I jacked it up. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. Take it out, tear it apart at home. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Alright, so I'm going to use the coils I had on there, the one aftermarket and the one OMC coil. He got away with my little clamp thing here, so I pulled this spring out of my ass and stuck it on there to hold that puppy together. And then ripped out my black and yellow kill switch wire. So this is a wire I cut off that old coil that I'll be running into the plug here to compensate for my kill switch. That plugs back into here, black and yellow. Well, I got everything back together, and I even swapped out the fuel pump. And once again, my primer bulb was running flat. Both pumps. But this thing starts out pretty good. And once it's, you know, sits here and runs for a while, it just starts to do the same thing. Gets a little warm and starts to break down. I also replaced the stator with a used one that I bought locally. Guy said it was good. Cheap, you know, but he said it was good. Everything is doing the same. So I've changed the stator, I've changed the power pack, put the coils back on, changed the fuel pump. Once this thing starts to warm up, nothing wants to happen anymore. You know, I mean, what happened to this thing over the past few weeks? It's just crazy. I even put my linkage piece back on, a little bit longer piece, between the two carbs. Anyway, I was going to take it for a run and let it sit here and idle while I got ready to go, and then same shit. Starts to die. I'm probably going to take it off. I hate to be without a motor, but you know, I don't know what else to do with it at this point in time. If I take it off, I'll take it home and I'll tear this frickin' thing apart and figure out just what is going on. You know, what is going on? Yeah, it's just a repeat over and over and over. But the one thing I did notice was this thing wasn't oiling up. And, you know, when I had the reeds off, the inside was dry. It wasn't oily. And I said, that's pretty funny for a two-stroke. And I sat there and it, you know, hit me in the brain. And then it, you know, it was always hanging in the back of my brain. Why is that? Why is it so dry inside this motor? It's not making any bearing noises. It's actually pretty quiet. You can hear when a bearing is screaming. It screams. But I mean, I stuck my hand right in there and pulled it out, and it was cleaner than it is now. So I'm wondering, you know, am I getting a little bit of water in there? And as this thing heats up, you know, more and more of a mist of the water is getting in the crankcase. I've got that funny-ish feeling-ish. It's not a fuel issue. I've gone through this damn thing. So I'm probably just going to get it out of here and start on the 60 horse. And meanwhile, I'll be tearing this thing apart. Take it out, tear it apart. All right, I'm going to get out of here. All right, baby, it's this old Outboard, the 1992 Johnson 60 horse 3-cylinder. And in the beginning of this video, I started checking this thing out. Towards the end of that video, where I left off, no spark, bottom carb flooding, you know, just leaking all over the place. So I'm going to go over it again today and see if I can find me some spark. Start learning how to use that freaking DVA I bought, the digital volt adapter. And the plan was going to be pull the damn thing out of the water, the 55, get the boat out, get the 55 here, start tearing it apart, at the same time start working on the 60. But I said, you know what, just screw it right now, put the 55 on the back burner, see what I can come up with here, because it could be something that's real simple. What the heck is that? Oh. Anyway, See if I can figure this out, get some spark on this thing, get these carbs clean, get this thing up and running, and then do a swap. Then pull the 55 apart. It's just too much stuff out here with the boat and everything. I got a guy, he's bringing me his Vespa scooter this weekend, wants me to fix the cable on it. So just too much going on to pull that out right now. It's going to be on the back burner. So let me figure out what I can figure out here, and I'll get back to you on what I found.
Follow the real life saga, one outboard at a time, baby. You know the channel. Don't forget to subscribe.